Welcome to this week's episode of Coffee with a Journalist, brought to you by One Pitch. Are you curious how One Pitch can help you find relevant journalists to pitch, including some of the guests on this podcast? Head to our website at onepitch.co to learn more. Today's guest on Coffee with a Journalist is Moises Mendez II from Time magazine. As a culture reporter, Moises covers the internet, movies, music, TV, books, and podcasts. During the episode, Moises talks about why he's looking for exclusive pitches about creators, the types of pitches you should avoid sending him, his advice for sources about prolonging a professional relationship, and more. Let's hear from Moises now.
Welcome, everyone. This is Coffee with a Journalist. I'm Beck Bamberger, and today with us, from Time magazine, the culture reporter, which I cannot wait to get into what culture all encompasses, because my God, can you imagine that beat? Moises Mendez II is here with us. Moises, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Okay. First, I do this with everyone just to make sure it's very crystal clear.
Yeah.
What would you say encompasses the coverage of Time magazine? That's a big ask, but just so people are clear, and then we'll get into what your beat specifically is on.
That's actually one of the hardest questions I've ever been asked in my life.
Well, we want it clear with the publicists,
Well, I mean, we've been around for 100 years now. I've only done this for one. So I can tell you that, in my time there, we obviously do a lot of different things, anything from entertainment, which is the team I'm on, to politics, to space, to health and climate, to really anything under the sun. We have a CO2 division, which is about climate change and the leaders on that front. And we have a bunch of lists, and we have Time 100, Time 100,
do indeed.
100 next generation leaders. We have so many different things. So yeah, we do a lot at Time, which makes my job very fun.
Oh, I am sure, because speaking of your specific job, you are covering everything from the story behind the Barbie soundtrack to Doja Cat, what's going on with her fans, the primer on Disney Plus on something, post-credit scene in the flat, all the things. So, my God, how would you then encompass your coverage beat as culture reporter?
It's funny because, my interest mainly is internet culture, but I do have a lot of interest in movies and television and music, especially. I do love doing a lot more music coverage now, but by trade and what I've been doing for a long time is internet culture. So social media, influencers, and all of the drama and, things that happen online. So I talk to a lot of creators and there's just a lot of different things that I do. So again, it keeps me very busy, which I'm very happy about.
I'm sure. So then are pitches valuable to you?
It depends on what types and, where they're coming from.
Okay. Do explain. Tell us all.
The pitches that are most valuable to me are the ones where it's something to do with a creator, something that is an exclusive, something that, they're not giving to 20 other people, and just someone that people care about, because sometimes I'm thinking about doing something with a creator that I can't find a reason to really cover them in this moment, but then their PR person will send me something like, oh wait, that's actually a great way in. With Mark Ronson, that was not a pitch for me, but to my editor, and it kind of perfectly there. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm definitely down to interview Mark Ronson. You let me know. So it kind of worked out. Yeah.
Okay. So your inbox, how crazy is it in there?
Better than most people's. I know a lot of friends who do commerce and all of that other stuff where they're getting 3,000 emails.
Yeah.
It's just, it gives me so much anxiety to think about that, because when I was writing the story I was doing today, I had not looked at my email for a second. I had 20 unread emails where I know a friend of mine, she's getting 500 emails in an hour. And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
how do you
Oh yeah.
keep I'm the type of person who has 0 unread messages in my inbox, which is insane to a lot of people, but I'm just I like to see everything, and then the things I don't need, I delete.
Okay, so you're a deleter.
Oh, yeah.
You just shovel it
If
away.
it doesn't pertain to me, delete, delete, delete.
Delete, delete, delete. Okay, are you an inbox 0 then person?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Oh, one of the few in the camp, myself included. Yes.
It just gives me a peace of mind. I can sleep
Me
better.
too. I just feel good. There's nothing like touching the bottom too. When you get to the 0, and then I don't know if you guys all use Gmail, but when you get to that little thing, it gives you a little like woohoo, you got to. I'm like, oh, it feels so good. It's like a
Yeah, I
little
love when I'm
digital high
celebrated.
five.
Mhm.
Yes, because even
Right.
Gmail gets it. Okay, then you are not in the camp, I would imagine, of looking in your inbox and searching from pitches like 6 months ago. Or are you? Maybe you do some filing system. Do explain.
I mean, I'm not that entirely organized, but I
Okay.
sometimes we have our weekly meetings, on my team where we, discuss different things, and then we'll be like, "Oh my god, wait, I got into a pitch about this person or a pitch about this specific thing that we're talking about." So then I'll go back and see if I deleted it or not, but I'll go back and find that and be like, "Oh, here's the person to talk to for said thing," which is
Okay.
not usually hard to find, but
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I'm definitely the type of person who knows what I need in my inbox and what I don't, and then I'll just delete.
Now, what do you attribute that to?
Maybe my astrological sign.
Oh, what are you?
I'm a Leo, but I think I have like Virgo placement somewhere, so I'm very,
Ah,
very detail oriented and like I know exactly what I need in the moment, and I'm gonna go and get that, and then the rest of it
you
doesn't
know,
matter.
I want to like do a little survey amongst now the nearly 200 interviews we've done on the show of like, is this a generational thing too?
Mm,
Because I find that there's some people who are in the let it ride camp, and I want to say like it's Gen Xers who are just like, shit, just.
yeah, yeah.
Whereas a lot of Gen Zs, I don't know if you are, but is just like, nope, I'm no boundaries, bye, bye.
Yep, exactly. I am Gen Z, and I'm very much that person. Like, I know what I need
I knew it.
because I
Oh,
mean, I can tell you the types of pitches that I don't enjoy.
okay, please, let's please.
There's 2 that come directly into my mind.
Oh
It's
boy.
I
Number
get
one.
so many pitches about, like, sleeping data or, data about,
Huh.
I don't know, just some random thing that I do not cover. I
Okay.
don't do health, I don't do climate, I don't do a lot of different types of things, and I don't need that in my life. And the other that I really don't enjoy is invites to things that are happening that day or, like, tomorrow. I'm like, "What? How am I supposed to go to this thing that you just invited me to tomorrow that I don't?" It's just
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you want me to be somewhere or cover something, I need ample time to figure that out. And, yeah, I think a lot of publicists they're doing their best and I respect them, and we have a symbiotic relationship, but
What a beautiful way of saying that.
I'm trying to be very nice because I do
Yes.
love my publicist
Yes.
friends, and they're, really doing great stuff, but
Yes. They're
there are times
trying.
where I would just like a little bit more leeway and lead time on something.
Yes. Okay. So don't send those 2 pitches that Moises is not going to like. Okay. Do you, on the opposite, have a preferred pitches that you're like, oh, yes?
Let me think. I think I would say, like, maybe a pitch on a creator who doesn't usually do interviews, maybe some sort of exclusivity. I think it's funny when I get, like, a random pitch about something that has nothing to do with what I write about, which is very clearly entertainment in that sphere.
Culture. Yes.
Yeah, you would think that I would be getting
No,
pitches
no, no,
tailored to that, but I'm
no,
not getting
no.
that.
Yeah,
Floods my
exactly.
inbox, so I need to just pull the drain out on that and just get them all out.
Uh,
So, yeah, I think those are the types that I'm really excited about, are, like, something that nobody else has or, like, I like building relationships with the PR reps that I work with. Some of them are just, like, really fun to hang out with, but also, like, having that relationship, they'll think of me for something that they can give me an exclusive on or be the first person to know about, or I think also my job kind of helps with that, like being at Time Magazine. I think
Yes.
giving us some sort of exclusive is kind of nice. I think that
Yeah,
we can
that's kind
handle
of
that
nice.
pretty well. So it would be nice to have a lot more of those.
Today's interview will continue after this brief message brought to you by One Pitch. Are you curious to learn about the unique ways One Pitch helps brands engage with the right journalists? Head to onepitch.co and create your own custom media list in 5 minutes or less. Now back to today's episode.
Okay. Now, you mentioned relationships, and it sounds like you do have publicity friends. How does one make a relationship with you?
I'm very friendly. So
I can tell.
I think like I'm easy to talk to. And I think I'm just thinking of one that I recently made when I was interviewing someone last week. We were just talking about who else they rep and what other things we could do together, and just talking about the possibilities of how to prolong this professional relationship that we have. Like, that would be the best way to continue this friendship or relationship, just to keep it working for the both of us. And I think that's the main part of having that relationship, is like, we need to have something that works for us both.
Of course, it's back and forth.
Mhm.
But further, since you're in New York, do you want to be asked to coffee? Do you want to get an event invite for something 4 weeks in advance, for example? Do you want any type of relationship like that in person? Or is it, as I talk to some people on here, they're like, you know what, send me good pitches. That's how it goes.
I mean, I am particularly new to this media
I
landscape.
know. Isn't that fun?
It is fun. I I would love any sort of invites or, asks to coffee or whatever with
Oh, listen to this, everybody. Send him invites.
listen, if it's fun, I'll go. Like, but I've I've been asked to a lot of things where I'm like, "Thank you so much, but no. I
Yeah.
don't wanna go.
Why?
It's
Because
nice."
it's lame? Because it's boring, or what? Why?
It's just not something that I need to do in this moment, and it doesn't serve me. So I'm like, "Okay." And sometimes I'm just busy, but also, like, I do like forging connections with different people from across the entertainment sphere. So, you wanna invite me to a concert? I'll go, like, those are the things I like to do, and, like, get to know people.
Oh, I like it. Once again, boundaries. Look at
Mhm,
you. Look at
mhm.
you. See,
Yeah.
we're picking up on some things. Okay. Okay. Moises, do you ever want, now you also hinted on this, exclusives, embargoes, particularly for you? Like, are these of value?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just
And
trying to think of the
tell me.
types of ones that
Yeah,
I
well, let's spell it out.
most. I mean, I do some music coverage at Time, and getting to know as far in advance as possible is best, so that I can plan to do something that is worth the time for this said thing that they're giving me.
Yeah.
Say if a new artist has an album coming out, you give me the advanced stream, you give me, all of the notes on it as soon as possible, lyrics, credits, everything. I
Hmm.
can work
All the
on
better.
that's very well rounded, instead of, getting the pitch the week before it comes out. And I can only just maybe put together some sort of an interview, or, something that's not as grandiose as it could. I'm one of the people who does music coverage there. I think there's maybe 2 or 3 of us. So the bigger the lead time, the better the story can be.
Hmm. By the way, I don't get to ask this of everybody, but what's your most fun interview you've done, or biggest get?
Oh god. I've done so many, like, random interviews. Like, I interviewed Brooke Shields.
Oh, how was that?
She's so nice, but she does so many interviews. So, like, she knows how to
Oh,
answer any questions that
she's
are
got
thrown
it. She's
at her.
down
Yeah.
with her media
But
training.
my
Hmm.
favorite interview that I've ever done is with the band Paramore, because 'cause I'm obsessed with them, and they are, like, my favorite band ever. So, doing that interview, I was just smiling the whole time while Hayley Williams was talking, and I was like, "Thank you for talking with me. This is so nice." So yeah, it's like you meet your faves, and that's one of the many great things about being at Time Magazine is like people will want to talk to you, especially
Yes.
for Time Magazine. So there's a lot of people
Yes.
that I'm really excited about talking with, and get to do some really cool things.
Fantastic. Oh, okay. Now I have a little rapid fire portion here. Are you ready?
I'm so
Moises?
ready.
Okay. Video or phone interview?
Video.
Bullet points or paragraphs?
Bullet points.
Short or long pitches?
Short.
How short?
Enough.
Perfect. Perfect. Images attached or Dropbox zip file?
Dropbox.
Email or Twitter DM, or previously known as Twitter, now X?
Definitely email. Do not send me any pitches on DMs, please.
Okay. One follow-up or multiple?
One. That's all. I can't do more than one, please.
Boundaries. Boundaries.
If I'm being completely honest, if there's more than one follow-up, I just will not respond.
There you go. Direct or creative subject lines?
Direct. I don't need flowery stuff.
Yes. Press releases or media kit?
Press release.
What time, if any, do you usually read pitches? Or is it all the time?
Anytime, because I read them as long as they interest me.
Is there a source you prefer? Like you want to hear from, I don't know, music analysts, or this is usually for like people who are like, yes, I want to hear from academia, from this, portal or whatever.
I mean, primary sources are always preferable, but I'm always interested in speaking to academics as long as I'm the one that's looking for them.
Yeah, exactly.
A mean way of saying, please don't send me, some random academic, because I'm not going to interview them unless I am looking for them.
Is there anything, finally, that you want to promote, tout, etc.? How can we shine a little light on you, Moises, right now?
Well, my Instagram handle is...
Yes, tell us.
It's Moises, my first name, Moises, Fenty.
Okay.
Same for X, Twitter, whatever the hell that one is.
Yep.
All my work is on time.com. Just you scroll down and you'll pop up somewhere. And yeah, I have a couple things that, I've done in the past that are available you can see on my Instagram or Twitter, because I like talking about myself and all of my accomplishments. So there's some other things that I will be doing, but we'll just have to wait and see when I can talk about it.
Indeed. Okay, well then stay tuned. Yeah. That sounds like that. And invite him to good events, but not the day of. Please, everybody. Please.
Unless there's an Uber code, then I'll go.
Oh, there you go. I'm so glad you mentioned that. That's what we do when we do our media matchmaking day. We're like, hey, here's a Lyft Uber code. See you there.
Yeah. See, and I think
easy.
If it's like super close to the day, then like sure. But if I have like a little more time to think about it, listen, I'll take an Uber code whenever it's given. But if you don't have them and there's like I have to think about coming,
then that's enough. There you go. We'll Moises, thank you so much for being here today. Culture reporter at Time Magazine, everybody. Check it out.
Nice. This was so much fun.